Welcome to
To Shade.
Shade and the City. I'm your girl Treese,
It snows.
and we are here to give you the recap. This is going to be episode 4 of Wags to Riches, season 1, of course. And he's outside, sweetie. Okay. So yeah, y'all. Happy Friday. We appreciate you being here with
It
us.
definitely is.
If you have not already, please make sure that you hit that like button.
And that subscribe button.
And y'all, let's jump right into it because we know we're a little overdue, we're a little late. But we're gonna catch up. But look, by the time we get to Monday, Tuesday, we'll be closing the season out. It's only 8 episodes. Okay. So we was trying to pace ourselves for y'all. We didn't want to rush. Okay. But yeah, y'all. So let's get into this episode and let's get shady. All right, y'all. So we see Sharelle. She's stopping by her friend Fancy's boutique, okay, to look for a sexy dress.
Fancy is the best. I like him.
I like Fancy too. But my thing is I feel like this was poor editing or production, because why don't we know what she's getting dressed for?
Yeah. It wasn't
Okay.
too dressed.
I thought it was just me. Like, now granted, if she just shopping for a new dress, a new sexy dress, but this definitely gave me the vibe you're shopping for an occasion. So can we find
what I thought it was for as the episode went on? I thought it was for the meeting with the guys.
which is in episode 5. So no, I mean maybe, and Nels has a point. Y'all drop down in the comments. Let us know what you think. But I did think editing and production wise, I thought that was something that they a hole that they probably should have filled. So basically Sharelle tells Portia comes by and notices that Sharelle, the dress is so tight she can't even sit down, but it is cute. It is cute. So Sharelle tells her that 3 a.m. the other day she gave Chad some punai.
This is what I was telling you about that I heard on the radio.
And he said, and so afterwards he said he was hungry, and she said so was she. So he was like, okay, I'm hungry, and she said, and so am I. So then he decided or proceeded to get up, go out, and went to McDonald's and came back with nothing for her. And when I tell you, I was disgusted. Absolutely disgusted. I don't know, but I don't know what show we were watching. If it was like Married at First Sight or Ready to Love or what dating show I might have heard this.
It was no. It was the one where they sat down with the therapist.
And so it was Married at First Sight. But I said,
no, not Married at First Sight. The one that we used to watch, and I don't
put a ring on it. Put a ring on it.
Ring on it. That's the one.
And I was like, the way someone treats you, I'm glad that you remember. You knew exactly what show I was talking about. But the way someone treats you when they're mad speaks volumes. And I definitely think that she should be looking at that as a red flag. And obviously, as we know,
was he even mad?
I don't know.
Naturally petty, some petty mad.
I don't know, but if he treats you like that and he's just been naturally petty, imagine if you were to make him mad. And he actually had a reason. I don't know. I just wasn't here for it. So anyway, but if that's what she liked, we love it for her. Okay, well, what do they say? We love that for you. So then she goes on to say that he's helped her to elevate to places that she didn't think she would be, and that's her man. So Portia explains that he's probably looking for her to show love in that wife way. And I understood what Portia was talking about. There are things that I think, and I shouldn't be doing none of this shit. Let's just say this first, okay, and foremost. But there are certain things that I think men expect their partners to do. You know what? That's why I don't get up and make no breakfast now. I started early. Don't do that. But there's certain things that they expect, especially when you're living together, cohabitating. And yeah, I get what Portia was saying. Sharelle doesn't seem like she's ready to be in that mode. And maybe she's been by, well, I don't think she's been by herself that long, but obviously we know she's been married before. But it just gives me the vibe that she's like, I want what I want. And if I don't want to do something, I don't have to do it. And I don't care if you don't like it. I don't know. I don't know what's the word to describe that. Would it be selfish? But she gives me the vibe that she can be very selfish. And not saying that in this situation that's what it was, but I could understand what Portia was trying to say to her in that moment.
She said she played the submissive role. She ain't like it. And now she a boss. And that's what she won't do.
And I mean, and to her point, why am I going to be submissive to someone that clearly enjoys being the more submissive one and letting me be the more dominant person in the relationship? Why would I do that? So
she said, I'm gonna lay here while you make us something to eat because I pay these bills and I'm the one out doing. Listen, couldn't nobody be mad at her.
Now, Sharelle said that she is, but she blames it on the fact that he has a lot of kids, and she just wants to make sure that she's absolutely sure before she jumps into it.
So MJ went to go see Alexis at her home, and her home is beautiful, just like I expected.
Tell y'all, she so embodies Pisces, like
she really does. She
like her energy, her aura, everything about her.
Like Janae, Erykah Badu, just I don't know, just great energy, just great vibe. Just I feel like I would walk in her house and smell incense and stuff. See beautiful greenery and stuff. Yes.
Oh yeah. And I love the fact that she had her crystals and she's like, oh, and I loved everything about it. Like I said, it was Alexis would definitely be my friend. I mean, again, we're Pisces, but she would have definitely been, I would have definitely gravitated to her probably before even knowing she was a Pisces. Mm-hmm. And then that probably would have been my second question. What's your sign?
Now apparently MJ's son and Alexis have the same birthday, so Pisces.
When Pisces link up, I keep telling y'all.
Alexis asked her, girl, where you been? Where you been? Where you been? Okay. And
crashing out.
She said, every girl trying to get that fairy tale dream lifestyle. Okay. The mom and the daddy living up under one roof as a family, and that's just not her reality. Okay. She says dating a rapper comes with other itches. Okay. And that's a deal breaker for her. Okay. She said she's trying to put her first and, what?
So, we've obviously lived in Miami. We've been around that life. Do you absolutely think that a man in that world, whether it be entertainer, whether it be sport athlete, any rich man in Miami at this point, do you honestly think that just means they're going to cheat?
I don't have faith in nobody anymore.
Okay, no, I'm just wondering. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like I felt bad,
and I'm not even just talking about Miami. There's even rumors of LeBron at this point. Like I don't have faith in no affluent man at this point. At this time, I don't. So,
did you know? So I didn't know that apparently. And I'm so sorry that you got to catch a stray, Sierra, because that's your past. But
Sierra,
you do know Russ is Sierra.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
You do know that Amari was messing with her, and he was still married to Alexis. That's part of the issues and why.
Wait, I'm confused. Wait, what happened? What?
Amari was allegedly messing with Sierra, and he was fully married to Alexis, so it was very public.
When was this?
Look, now you got me Googling.
I mean, in between what relationship was Sierra?
They dated briefly in 2011. The relationship was not well publicized. and they were obviously married.
Oh, I guess that's why he's single now.
Mhm.
And I mean, listen, until we find out anything further, I guess Russell is a diamond in the rough. But I thought the same thing about LeBron. And I don't want to put that on nobody else or nobody. But we're human.
No,
That's
you
all.
know what I can say? I even though LeBron is not my favorite person for sports reasons and whatever. However,
If only I knew the reason.
you stupid. But however, what I can respect is that up until this point when somebody outed him, because I know exactly what allegation you're talking about, um, things have been quiet. He's been going under the radar. Like Savannah has been living her best life publicly. Like she don't feel shame. She doesn't like, so whatever he's doing, I don't know if that's good or bad, y'all. But I mean, I think that if you are gonna do it, I would love to not know about it and love that if you're able to keep it that covered up and I don't know about it, I think I'm okay with that.
I feel like guys, I mean, yeah, maybe in the beginning they can, but they end up getting messy, end up having side babies, might be bringing you something home. I mean,
Okay,
I
now
mean,
that can be a
yeah,
slippery
I'm
slope.
just because you don't read about it or see text messages or phone calls or whatever. There's other
You know
ways.
me, I can't do the public embarrassment. Now, what I can take at
I
home
mean,
and
I
what I
think having
decide,
another baby is
yeah, no, that's pretty public. But
that
I
was
don't.
that was a unfortunate that was a Clarence and Queen reference. Just um that's new in the news. All right,
What is
so
it? Who?
Clarence and Queen Ajay.
What
Supposedly,
happened?
supposedly he got a side baby. Yeah, girl.
That's late breaking news.
Oh,
I had no clue.
really, girl? It's been all over the place.
That's why she up in the studio crying her heart out. Because that's
Let me
what
say
it's giving.
something.
But now don't get me wrong, it's gonna result in some really good music. That's when you make your best
Yes,
work.
she gonna make a banging
But
album.
it
And,
now makes sense.
let me say something because I was never like a super fan of Chris. But one thing I can say is yes, he cheated, but he didn't waste the girl time.
Hmm.
Okay, he did marry that girl. All right, Clarence is out here wasting her time and making side babies. Sweet child.
Ooh, okay. Well, I might have
All
to
right.
cut this out for the sipping shade, but go ahead.
It's all right. So yeah, so MJ, she was feeling down in the dump. She said it took her a lot to get all dolled up, but she had to do something for herself. And then she's wondering if maybe she's going through postpartum. And Alexis tells her, girl, in our community that goes so undiagnosed, okay, because doctors don't see us properly. Then they talk about how even with help, it's so hard because they still feel lonely and they still struggle with the maids and the cooks and things like that. I mean, I wouldn't mind. I mean, if I was going to go through a struggle, I would still much rather have that type of help. Just you know. But MJ says that she doesn't think Kodak is ready to be a husband, and she says she's ready for a change. Child, talking about breaking news. Did you see the thing that she was talking about?
Who?
MJ.
Oh
I don't know.
yeah. So yeah, I was going to talk about that. Thank you for
Oh,
bringing it
okay.
up.
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
yeah, MJ is out here in the streets fighting with Kodak's, I guess, new baby mama because now she's no longer the latest baby mama.
Oh, she's a new baby mama.
Hmm.
I thought she was just a baby mama.
No, it sounds like she's a new baby mama. That's what the report I read, the headline that I read.
And they were celebrating the baby's birthday, right?
And they were celebrating Miranda, MJ's, their daughter's birthday. And
Oh,
she said Kodak and the girl walked into the
interesting.
birthday with matching outfits and she was sitting around smirking at her. And I'm not even gonna hold you. I do love that people gave her grace in the comments, but I'm gonna say this. And I like MJ. I do. We want to give her the excuse of being young and whatever the case may be. And I get it. We all got to go through things. But also being around this group of very influential older women, I don't know. I feel like she should be picking up or maturing a little bit better or faster.
It seems like she's hanging around other people more than these affluent
Right,
women.
because
So
it's not making sense to me. And even when Sharelle's like, I feel like I gotta watch over her or like look out for her. Um, and not to mention she's a liability, Sharelle, at this point, because you work for me and you're one of my agents. And if you lose your license because you out here scrapping over stupid stuff, and I don't know, that's what I'm saying. Like at this point, and she's a mother, I just think that when do your kids and your sense of self come before you being affected by whatever this man got going on, because you already realized he was trash. So why would you let it mess up your money, the possibility of your kids ending up with him when you know he's not stable? It doesn't make sense to me. So Sade meets up with Sharelle and she shows up an hour and 20 minutes late. Sharelle's better than me. So Sade tells her that they're not going to yell or call anyone out of their name. Sharelle admits that she was annoyed by Sade calling her a mean girl. She said she retaliated back and doesn't remember calling Sade the B word. Um, and she explains that she wasn't out to get her, and she wasn't trying to be messy, and she was just explaining Kita's side of the story. So Sade doesn't understand why they're talking about it when the two people that were there aren't even involved. And I had to give Sade her things for that. And basically said it just adds more fuel to the fire. Sharelle does apologize and tells her she thinks that if she gets to know Kita, that basically they'll get along very well. And they make a pact to not come at each other like that again. Even though I don't know, it gives me, and this is gonna sound so messed up, but it sounds like, how when they say when you let somebody bully you, and then when you stand up to them, they realize like, and then they basically can play nice and they can stay in their lane. And I feel like that's what just happened between Sade and Sharelle. She realized she thought she was gonna go and bully that girl, and then Sade showed her basically F around to find out. And now she's like, okay, we can play nice, we can coexist because I realize you're not the bitch to buck with.
to play with. Exactly.
Yeah,
I wish Stoni would.
I know, right?
Stoni just seemed like she just
It's a Pisces. She wants to be liked so bad and be cool with everybody. And I told you, it annoys me too, but I get it because I've done it. I've done it.
All right. So Kita meets up with Portia and the ladies are discussing their pregnancies and how they're gonna give birth. Kita said she's thinking about having a at-home water birth. And Portia's like, ew, girl, like that's nasty. You poop in the water, you're gonna have your
Okay,
man.
so I thought it was just me. I
What?
definitely thought Portia had that reaction. So the fact that she goes next episode and
Exactly.
I said, did you
Now,
really
oh,
just
now you thinking about doing it?
bite off her whole idea? I thought I was tripping when I watched. I swear to
And
God.
listen, I wouldn't even say nothing if she was like, "Oh, you know what? I didn't think about that. Maybe that is a good
Right.
idea." But to literally tell a girl, "Oh, that's nasty," you pooping. Now you thinking about doing it? You sound crazy. So Portia told her
It's
that
giving it's giving follower energy.
it is definitely giving a follower. Portia told her that she wished she would have showed up to the Mother's Day brunch because, girl, it was all about you. Okay. And gave her the rundown about what happened at the brunch. But she feels like the misunderstanding has a lot to do with Tyreek's position.
Yeah. Because I told you he's a number one wide receiver. And as we know, Robbie, I don't know how long he's not been working. I know he was trying out, but I didn't see Robbie, or maybe because his name was chosen. But anyway, I didn't see him play all year. So, in my opinion, I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead, but in my opinion, it gives me the thought that he wasn't working since we seen him film the show up until now, because they had a whole baby and they say multiple times in the interview with people how she was so happy he was there during the pregnancy and he wasn't playing football because he wouldn't have been able to be there like that. So he was off the whole time, 9 months she was pregnant. And I don't know when this was filmed. I do think the last episode she's going to end up announcing that she's pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess maybe you can start from there. Maybe she was like 3 months at that point, but she just had the baby in December.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't think he's worked since now. Like when we're talking about them when they were filming, I don't think he's been working since then.
Sounds like he wasn't chosen.
You are terrible. Anyway, yeah. So Ashley, I love this. She has a glamping party.
I love it too.
I knew you were. That's why I was like, what? I was like, watch Nels be trying to pitch a tent in my backyard. Because I be having the backyard, y'all. Everybody be liking to do the stuff in my backyard. So I was like, okay.
And the fire pit.
And the fire pit, right. It technically is. It's meant to be a camp.
It's like perfect for camp, yes.
So everyone gets there, and we ain't got the water, so at least we ain't got to deal with that. So everyone gets there and is speculating on how they think that basically Sade. I was like, Ashley's not pregnant, but my notes say Ashley. How they think Sade is pregnant so much that they want her to take a test, and basically Sade is like, y'all got me. I'm not doing that. So Portia says she knows they're badgering her about her womb. MJ shows up and said basically she shows up ready to fuck him, and she show up like she a no limit soldier. All the other ladies is dressed all pretty and frilly and stuff, and she was like,
well, she's like, no one can been
right. And well, look, I bet she was happier than all the other ladies once the mosquitoes came out. So Alexis says she had to leave after they eat because her firstborn is turning 19.
That was another thing.
What?
Ashley had everything. Mm-hmm. A chef on a grill. She had an AC in the damn tents, but she ain't got no $6 torches.
Right.
No lemongrass.
That's true. I would have been burning some lemongrass inside, and I would have had torches on the outside.
Yes.
But I get it. It might, if the torches fall, then you got a fire hazard, and then people die in the tent, and then that would be a liability. Just saying. Insurance. I wouldn't want to deal with it either. So, and my clumsy behind. Yeah, I wouldn't want to deal with that. So, then I love how Alexis sits them down so they can say grace. Absolutely me. And Stoni shows up. So Stoni says she couldn't figure out what the glamping attire was. And so Sharelle admits that she might have missed
wasn't what she had on.
No, she was giving me more boat attire. Yeah. So basically, Sharelle admits that she might have misjudged Sonny. Keita and Sade have a conversation about what's going on in Sade's relationship. Stoni.
Wrong show, girl.
Let me not say that because we know y'all don't like that name.
I sure do.
Stoni, right. So basically they're having a conversation about what's going on in Sade's relationship, and basically says that Keita, is it Keita and Sade? Do I have the right people?
Yeah. Sade and Keita are talking about when
and basically they say they already feel like they're married. Stoni asked about the baby mama drama. Sharelle says that she doesn't have any issues. Stoni says it's only one baby mama that has an issue with her, and says that she's the first baby mama and basically the favorite. And Stoni says that she believes men treat the kids on how they feel about, their child's mother. And I ain't gonna hold you. We all know who that other.
She's talking about Tia.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's gonna say, look at her and look at me. I think Tia cute.
Tia's cute. And I ain't even gonna hold you. Even if you didn't think she was cute, you know how like when you have a man, you'd be like, he might, huh?
I said she's got too much personality. She's just funny as hell.
That's what I was saying. That's exactly what I was going to say. That's like dating somebody that can make you laugh, and even though they may not be the cutest to you, the fact that they can keep your cheeks hurting from laughter, how could you not fall in love with them? And that's exactly what Tia gives, like with her mouth. So yeah. I was surprised that I was like, okay, Stoni. But no, I think Tia responded and said basically keep my name out your mouth because Lord, please forgive me for repeating this because you so broke you couldn't even bury your mama who just overdosed off the shit and you couldn't even put your mama in the ground. You was out here at Tia snap. Tia's an ass.
Oh no.
I said, God damn Tia. I said, I look when I tell you, I was like, she left no crumbs.
If that's the case, technically she doing the same thing Sharelle is.
Well,
counting her pockets. You had all this money, but you couldn't bury your mama.
Yeah.
No, I don't. So Sharelle has her chef cooking up some oxtail, peas, and rice because her and Chad are having some premarital counseling. Her pastor got there. And
oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you. I thought you were going to this next part. Let me just say this. So anyway, we see Ashley, MJ, Sade, and Portia, and they're talking. So Ashley mentions how Sade and Keita seem to be getting along. They squashed everything. Sade wants her basically lets the ladies know stop bringing this shit up. We good. Keita comes over and Sade explains that she wasn't the one that made the decision about her not being in the suite. And she's not, and basically that she's not talking about this again. We're not going to have this conversation again.
She was willing to fill out the receipts.
Right. And basically she tells Keita it's not beef and hopes it's the last time they have to have this conversation.
You saw
she
Ashley,
said, I said what I said.
You saw Ashley's face the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
Girl, it ain't your business.
Right.
So yeah, basically, back to Sharelle and Chad. The pastor gets there and she let him know that she wants to follow all the steps. And the one thing they didn't do, either one of them, when they were previously married, was counseling.
Yeah.
And they want to try something different. And I said, okay, kudos. He should have talked about finances with y'all.
Right.
You know, he said premarital counseling is great, but you know, it's something that you need to continue, just like football. Okay. You want to continue being coached along. And she thinks that it's going to be good because Chad can relate to him since he was a former NFL player. Sharelle said their biggest thing is Chad wants to be the provider and she fears being codependent on a man because of her past. Her pastor told her, you know what, that's honorable. Okay. But he wants to be the king and carry you. And, you know, that's part of the man's role. And I said, yes, pastor, preach. Okay. He said the number one thing. No. Oh, I'm sorry. The number one need of a man is respect, and the number one need of a woman is security. And you know, she got emotional and says that she thought a woman's role was to be submissive, and she got cheated on. Well, I mean, you was a boss here, and you got cheated on. It's not you, boo. It's not you and what you're doing. I wonder who her ex was.
I wonder too.
I wonder if he was an affluent man as well.
You know, I don't know. In my view, this is just my view, and maybe I'm wrong, but it wouldn't give me, especially because she's from a military background, that he's probably somebody.
Mm-hmm. They definitely cheat.
You know, that, and you know, they get married early and fast.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. So Jules goes to visit Stoni at her boutique. She thanks Jules for Institute or Institute. Okay, so she, you know what, is more than what Destiny has going on. She thanks Jules for appreciating her space. And Stoni mentioned she doesn't understand why she's getting the smoke, is what my notes probably meant to say. So Stoni brings up that she was looking at Sharelle sideways when she said that she let Chad take her to Okeechobee on their first date. And apparently, I do know, I feel like I know the road. I'm sure I've driven down it. Haven't stopped on it, but I know what they're talking about. It's like those hourly motels for the, you know, when you go do what you go do, and it's not a lot of money, and I I can kind of see Chad doing that, and maybe he got the jungle room. Those be the ones with the themes, you know what I'm saying? So it
That's
doesn't.
what he meant.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
confused.
That's what she meant. That's what she meant. She meant one of those. So basically, she's trying to say that, yeah,
She gave up the cat in an hourly motel on the first date.
right.
Why you didn't just say that?
And basically was like, but you out here judging me. And basically, she was like, when you live in a glass house, that's why you shouldn't throw stones. I know you don't feel that way. So anyway, Stoni wants to know why she's acting like her relationship with Chad is more than what it is. And she said that Jules said that she did get the glamping invite, but she didn't think it was genuine. Stoni says that she's gonna let basically no, Jules says she's gonna let Life pay Sharelle back. Okay. And she said that and then Stoni goes on to say that Ocho slid in her DMs a few years ago and basically insinuates that he is still outside. Okay. And then she brings up a group chat with 8 different women that he had going. And I was like, what? What is going on? Or did I just get that whole thing wrong? Did I get that right? Did I understand that correctly?
Oh, I have Stony said she don't want to have a group chat talking about there was 8 different women he was sleeping with. I don't know.
I don't know, y'all. But Stoni said Chad ain't here out here faithful. And unfortunately, we knew that to prove to be true. And it won't even at the hands of Stoni, unfortunately. It was actually Sharelle that told us. So
She said,
well,
"I tell business before y'all do."
I mean, they say that's the best way to do it, spill your own tea. So hey, hey. Yeah, so yeah, y'all, that was episode 4 of the Wags to the Riches. If you haven't already, please make sure y'all hit that like button for us.
And that subscribe button.
Um, you mean comment?
Oh, comment.
Yes, and then you subscribe.
And then hit the notification bell.
And make sure you're following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, the IG, the BlueSky, and the Facebook, y'all. And we will catch you for episode 5 and here in a little bit. So yeah, y'all, love y'all. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.